What's going on, guys? It is Tyson Trainer here, back with another episode of the podcast, and today we're going to be talking about dieting. All right. So for those of you, you probably don't know. Actually, I haven't really talked about it much because I'm like, okay, well, don't really need to. I am currently dieting at the moment for my boxing. So basically, I need to be sitting at around the 86 kilo mark, which is 6 kilos lighter than I usually am. I'm going to sit around like the 88 mark for the most part, so 4 kilos lighter. And over. Well, what are we? So by the time you guys listen to this, I'm just going to check when this actually will be coming out. You guys will be listening to this probably like late March, I assume, or early March maybe. And I am recording this as of the 1st of February, so I'm a little bit ahead of my time, but I want to talk to you guys about, I am down 1.5 kilos so far from my diet, which is over the last 3 weeks. Again, nothing exciting. It's ticking along nicely. I'm losing about 300 to 400 grams a week. Even though I'm 1.5 kilos down, it's because I've lost water weight from that first week, okay? Which you don't really count for an overall loss of the week. But, with that being said, I am on early days, and I have actually been, not to toot my own horn, pretty fucking successful so far with my dieting. And there is a reason for it. There's a few reasons for it that I want to talk to you guys about today, because the misinformation or the lack of information, or I don't know, what do we say? The things that we see people posting online, predominantly comp prep fucking coaches or comp prep competitors, with what they do when it comes to dieting, is pretty fucking pathetic, in my opinion, okay? I see these fucking fitfluencers down their plates, I see all this shit, and it's like, no wonder people can't fucking stick to a diet for more than 10 minutes. Or no wonder you see someone binging every few days, because the things that happen or the things that people eat just fucking blow me away, right? And I think there are a few different ways that we can make you more adherent. We can make dieting more enjoyable to a degree. We can make you just overall more successful at that diet. Okay? So, first thing, if you're going to attempt a diet, you should have not been dieting for a fair while, okay? I see so many people who have just finished a diet and they're fucking dieting again a month or two later. The amount of females, I said this at the start of the year. If you see someone who's dieting more than twice this year, that is a red flag. Okay? There are 52 weeks in the year. Okay? If you're dieting twice, that means at least nearly half of your year, give or take, is taken up by dieting. That's pretty fucked up. The fact that you think you have to diet twice, especially when you look at who is dieting, it's people who do not need to diet at all. You look at these people and you're like, I want to look like that person, yet they're the ones who are trying to diet. And that puts a fucking dumb mentality in your head. So firstly, if you see anyone dieting more than twice a year, that's a red flag straight away. They have an unhealthy relationship with their body. Because again, they're already in low levels of body fat, and it's just not a healthy place for them to be, because I'm like, why are they always dieting? And if it's like, oh, it's comp prep, it's like, yeah, okay, if you're going to comp prep, you do a diet once a year. Or you might be doing 2 or 3 shows, so you maintain, so let's say you're doing 2 or 3 shows. Well, for the most part, you're going to be down to that body weight. You're not really going to diet. You should be able to maintain through that, because then a show should be close together. You shouldn't be going back up and then back down. You're not doing 2 shows fucking within 3 months. That will cook you straight away. Because being extremely lean is not a good thing either, right? But that's here and all there. Let's just talk about being successful, okay? So again, firstly, make sure you've had a good period of time without dieting. What do I mean by good period? At least 3 months without dieting, okay? Because guess what? I haven't dieted for a year. I haven't dieted since literally last year. I finished my diet at the start of January last year, okay? I have not had any temptation to go off my diary, to go off my diet or binge. Because I have been eating so much food, enjoying life for a year, and feeling full all the time, not tracking my macros, eating foods that I enjoy, after that, all these things. So now that I'm like, you know what? It's actually a relief that I don't have to eat as much food. And if you're in that place, it makes dieting a hell of a lot easier. Because now, for me, 10 weeks, 12 weeks, easy. Nothing. That's fucking nothing, right? 12 weeks out of a year of, 3 months out of 12 months of dieting, right, is piece of cake. So the longer you go without dieting, the easier it's going to be when you step into your dieting phase. So firstly, again, set yourself up by not dieting for longer periods of time and learning to maintain your weight, okay? That's the first thing. Secondly, keep your activity high. So when I say activity, I'm not talking about cardio. I'm not talking like you see them on the fucking, the comp preppers on the steppers every morning for half an hour, or they're doing their little runs and shit, or whatever they're doing. Like, none of that stuff. Keep your steps high as you can. Okay. If you can go for more walks, go for more walks. If you can have a home treadmill desk like I have a home treadmill desk, go and do more steps. I clock about 25,000 steps a day. And then I also train every day because I have the time and because I enjoy it. You do not have to train every day, all right? Now, when I say train, I do 3 days of boxing, 4 days of weights, so, one thing each day, and then I do 25,000 steps. The 25,000 steps is included in my training, by the way. And because that's something I can sustain. I walk on the treadmill, which is right next to me here. I walk on the treadmill all day when I'm replying to clients, when I'm doing work and stuff like that. So it's a no-brainer for me to get all it done. It's not hard, it's just set and forget. So I'm walking at a 4K speed. I'm not walking anything fast. I'm walking at a 4K speed. I walk on that, for usually like 5 hours a day. That's 20 Ks worth of walking. Boom, 25,000 steps right there, or occasional, accidental steps. I'll go and do something, come back. Like at the moment, I'm sitting down talking to you guys. It's 10:53 and I've done 11,200 steps for the day. Usually on a Monday, I would have done my 20,000 by now because I do check-ins with my clients all day. But my high physical activity levels allow me to get away with eating more food. Getting away with eating more food means I can diet on high calories. Dieting on high calories means I'm more adherent to my diet because I'm now not starving myself. All right? Now, there's a point of obviously running yourself into the ground, trying to do all these extra steps. So you really do have to take into consideration, realistically, what can you fit into your day? You're probably not all going to be able to do 25,000 steps, but some of you can do more than 7,000 steps a day, Some of you are like, oh yeah, I just hit my minimum, I do my 7,000. And it's like, if that's what you want to do, it's fine. But the higher your step count is, I'm not talking about cardio again, okay? Your step count, the higher your step count is, the more calories you are burning through daily energy expenditure, especially through NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, like simply walking around, means you will have a higher calorie expenditure, means you can diet on higher calories, okay? So making sure that, again, you can try and keep as high as you can on your steps. Do you want to add in cardio? Yes. Is it going to make huge differences? No. Is it good for your cardiovascular health? Abso-fucking-lutely. This is how I kind of put it to my clients. First, we have a step goal, and then we have a training goal, okay? If you are able to do those type of things, then we add in cardio extra. If they want to add it in, because I always give my clients the option, again, even though it's healthy, even though I think it's great, I'm not going to force my clients to do something that they don't want to do at the end of the day, so it does really depend on them and what they want to do. But yeah, so like obviously, making sure that if you can, add in some cardio, but prioritize steps and training first. Okay? So now that you have higher steps, you can diet on higher calories, right? Now, the funny thing is, okay, I haven't struggled or anything. I've gone from 4,700 calories to 3,700 calories, but I'm not losing a kilo a week. Basically, I've just had a little bit of metabolic adaptation. So, like at the initial start, because I'm a little bit more metabolically adapted than people, that means I can eat high calories when I'm trying to gain. That means I have to eat a little bit less when I'm losing. So 1,000 calories is not a 1,000 calorie deficit. All right, because my BMI, my adaptiveness has changed. So technically, I'm in like a 400 calorie, 300 calorie deficit. And I'm only losing, again, 300 to 400 grams of weight a week. And that seems slow because I'm at 91.1 at the moment. And I need to get to 88 or 87.5. So I've still got a while to go, But in saying that, I don't have any issue eating 3,700 calories a day. And a lot of you are like, oh, you're not even dieting, it's 3,700 calories. It's very context dependent, which a lot of you need to also consider, You're a bigger male, you're a more active male, you can eat more food, but guess what? You also have a bigger appetite. My appetite, I know now, I'm still hungry during the day, even on 3,700 calories, because my appetite is fucking big, okay? It's not so big that I'm like, I'm starving, I need food, but I'm like, you know what? I've got a good appetite in me. I can easily fucking push back for, when I was at technically maintenance, I was going between 4,700 to 5,200. Easy. Some nights I'd feel like, devouring a little bit more fucking cereal and ice cream and I'd have it. No dramas at all. So again, it's all context dependent. Some of you who would be dieting on 2,000 calories would feel like you're living like a queen, Because a lot of you who are listening are females who would be dieting on that. If you're a male on 2,000 calories, that's a bit fucking rough. There are going to be males who are like that. But again, the higher my activity level is, because I'm so active, I get to eat more food. And if you want that, you do the same thing, okay? You eat more food. You do your activity more for the most part. And that just allows you to have more flexibility, right? So now, the other things that have made dieting really easier. Having roughly the same shit every single day, okay? I have a routine. I know what I eat for breakfast. I know what I eat for lunch. I know what I eat for snack. I know what I eat for dinner. All the same stuff basically for the most part, give or take. This means I don't have to log my food into MyFitnessPal every day because I know exactly what I'm having. In the day, I'll have 2 cappuccinos. I know that. I'll always make sure I have a protein base with every meal, which is always a lean protein. So when it comes to dinner and lunch, I know that roughly I'm having about 150 to 200 grams of a lean protein source. Is that going to be beef mince? Is that going to be steak? Is it going to be stir fry chicken? Or sorry, I should say chicken breast. Is it going to be tuna? Okay. Or is it going to be, they're probably the main ones, so fish, chicken, beef, lean pork, any lean option that I'll choose is what I'm going to be having, okay? I know every meal is going to be about 150 to 200 grams. I just put 170 as a buffer because the 30 extra grams I have, or the 20 less grams I have between 150 and 200 is not a huge calorie margin, okay? It's going to add up by a little bit. And so I'm like, all right, well, I know I'm going to be having this for the most part. So for lunch and dinner, I know for my breakfast is always going to be a protein smoothie because I'm not hungry in the morning. So mine's just a smoothie and also some LCMs because I'm going to be pre-workout training. And then I know for my afternoon snack, it's going to be 2 yogurts and always a piece of fruit. So I just rotate the fruit or rotate the flavor of yogurts. And then for dinner, I know the same thing, lean protein. Make sure I get my veggies in, having carbohydrates there. It's very easy that I basically have the same shit and I don't need to track as much. A lot of people are like, you have to I tell clients, obviously they have to track because they want to know what they're eating. But if you're eating roughly the same things each day, if I'm swapping broccoli out for cauliflower, there's no fucking caloric difference. If I'm swapping out 1.5 apples, I'll just say 1 extra large apple, for 150 grams of berries or 200 grams of berries, I know there's not going to be a huge calorie difference, okay? I'm saving my mental energy. I'm saving all that focus on food, and I'm keeping it as simple as possible with my meals, The simpler you make it, the easier it is to stick to, okay? Also with this, I'm on 3,700 calories, right? 3,500? Nah, that's probably a lie. 3,400 to 3,500. I was going to say 35 to 36 was a bit too close. 3,500 or 34 to 3,500 is when I say clean, I mean whole, nutritious, filling foods, okay? My fiber intake is about 55 to 60 grams a day. My protein intake is about 210 to 230 grams a day. My carbohydrate intake is about 400 to 500 grams a day. My fat intake is about 80 to 100 grams a day, okay? Because what I do, I choose exactly what I tell you guys fucking all the time. My whole grains, my fruit, my veggies, I get legumes, I get a minimum fat intake, I make sure that I get lean protein at every meal, I make sure I get a high amount of fiber, I do everything I can to avoid being hungry. Right? I don't fucking add sugar-free syrup to shit. I don't fucking make 2 liters of Jelly Light every night. And it's like, oh, but you can have more calories. Yes, I can have more calories, which means I can also have more room for fun foods. But I don't have too many fun foods in my diet because I do not need them. You know what my fun food is every day? Cereal. I have cereal for dessert every single night. That's my fun food. All right? Apart from that, again, breakfast is a protein smoothie with a piece of fruit. Okay? Or it'll be it'll be 3 LCM bars with a protein smoothie in that. And if you can have an LCM bar, that's not fucking bad, right? It's very low calories. So that's, LCM bar, okay? Let's say that's one treat. Lunchtime is always going to be one of those Papa Macro meals you've had, okay? Usually they're about 500 calories. It'll always have a lean source of protein. It'll have some type of carbohydrate there, whether it be sweet potato or rice. Then I'll chuck in a thing of a bag of Heinz veggies in there, and then I'll eat it like that. I don't even add sauce. I don't add anything to it because the butter chicken one or the beef sirloin already has a little bit of juices in there, and I just mix it all together so it tastes well. That's not exciting, is it? It tastes good. It's cooked and tastes nice, but it's nothing fun foods in there. My snack in the afternoon, like I said, 2 yogurts and a piece of fruit. 2 yogurts and a piece of fruit for my afternoon snack. Yeah. Sometimes I'll actually have legumes with lunch too. I always keep my snack quite small. I like to have my bigger meals. And then for dinner, it's always a protein source. It's always veggies. Lately it's been like more brown rice, or it's been sweet potato, or it's been something that's a bit more filling for the most part. Or I'll have legumes if I haven't had legumes for, I don't know if it's legumes or legumes, I don't care. Either one I've had before dinner, lunch or dinner. And then I'm getting my calcium from my protein shake. I'm getting my calcium from my 2 Greek yogurts. I'm getting my, like I said, whole grains from, if I don't have, what was I going to say to you guys? If I don't have my legumes, or my white rice with lunch, I have actually rice cups in there that are like, mixed with brown rice and quinoa, brown rice and multigrain, brown rice and purple rice, I think it is. Like, that's where I'll get the diversity from too. So again, I'm getting my fruits, I'm getting my veggies, I'm getting my protein, I'm getting all those things. And then for dessert, I have another good size serving of fruit. And then I'll make sure that I have my cereal with my milk. And that's it, okay? Because my food tastes good, all right? I always make sure I use herbs, spices, seasonings, all the things that make food taste good. And then I just stick to that day in and day out. All right? I don't look for fucking all this fun food to try and fill up my day even more. I'm literally having boring things that taste nice. Why? Because they taste good, and because why can't I have them if they taste good? Why do I need all this bullshit fun foods that people make up? People will swap out fruit for some type of fucking small carbohydrate, like a no-shoe donut or whatever it is, because they want something sweet. When what the fuck is that going to do for you? Nothing. It's because you're a fucking kid and you want something sweet because you think you deserve it. Man, like, fuck me dead. People think they need to have something nice every day to stay on track. It's not fucking rocket science, right? If you can't make good food taste nice, you've got an issue. A lot of you eat protein oats in the morning. What, that doesn't taste nice with peanut butter, protein powder, and oats? It fucking should. If you add a little bit of stevia in there, that's fine. Or like a little bit of fucking stevia, Splenda, any of those sugar-free things in there, that's fine. You don't have to add in sugar-free maple syrup to that, okay? You know what's funny? The better something tastes, the higher the palatability, the hungrier you are going to get. So if you make something taste super sweet and you're always adding syrup, you're gonna need to add more syrup into that to make it taste better. And so that's why a lot of my things are simple and easy to cook, easy to prepare, taste good, but aren't overly tasty, Like, everything tastes like maybe a 7 or an 8 out of 10. It's never a 10 out of 10, because if it's 10 out of 10, guess what? The craving's going to be back. I'm going to want to get food and things like that. I'm going to be looking for things. So don't do that shit, all right? Be used to eating a little bit less exciting food, all right? I say boring, but it's like, fuck, man. Like, people have this idea in their head that boring's bad. Boring's not bad. Boring's fine. Nothing wrong with boring, all right? If you enjoy it and you can eat it, what the fuck? Who cares? And then I just change around protein sources, or I change around again. I'll change around if I don't have white rice, I'll get the brown rice mix. If I'm not having yogurt in the afternoon, I'll have yogurt at dinner. I'll have yogurt for dessert with my fruit, and then I might swap that for another protein shake or something, okay? Because again, my snacks are quite, like, lunch and dinner are basically my 2 big meals for the most part. Breakfast is kind of hit and miss because I have to have like my whether it be my crumpets or my LCMs first thing in the morning, and it's just carbohydrates before my workout or my boxing, and then I'll have my protein shake at like 10 o'clock after I just finished, because it takes me a while to go out, get to the boxing, come back. By that time it's like 9:30, quarter to 10, and then I'm just having a protein shake because I know I'm going to be eating in a few hours. And I'm not hungry, all right? And then lunch is a good sized meal. Snack is going to carry me over till dinner, then I have dinner, okay? So that's very easy for me. Now, in saying that, another thing that I've found very beneficial for myself and for clients is to not try and save calories for nighttime, okay? If I could have a bigger breakfast without fucking throwing my guts up, I would, okay? I just can't have a big breakfast because I go straight to boxing, and then I'll end up, either shitting myself or throwing up. So if you are someone who can eat breakfast, make sure you have a good serving of breakfast. Because my theory here is that people who end up binging at night restrict more during the day. And when I ask them, hey, what's your food been like? Everyone always shows me how shit it's been during the day. So do not restrict your food because you're on a diet and trying to have more calories during the evening, because it'll make you worse off and it'll make you have a higher chance of binging. The reason I think for this, not 100% accurate, there's no data to show this, is the amount of energy deficit you're creating during the day, okay? If you're creating a huge amount of energy deficit during the day, you're burning a lot of calories, you're very active, you're having very low amounts of food to save at nighttime, your body is now playing catch up at night, your body is starving, you've now eaten 1,000 calories or 1,200, you've had those, that leftover amount of calories, but you're full, but you're still looking for food. And then that's when you end up going, looking around and stuff like that. And I really think it's because people save all those calories and the body's still playing catch up. Even though you've given it enough calories for the day, now that it's nighttime, it's still, I need more food. We need more energy. We're in an energy debt. And that's why I find people also going to overindulge a little bit. So eat regularly throughout the day. Don't save as many calories for nighttime, okay? Like if you're eating 4 times a day, if you don't want to split your meals into 4, split them into like what would be the best way? Maybe give yourself an extra 200 calories at dinner. Okay, the heavier you are, the more calories you can probably have at dinner because you have a wider variety of calories. For me, I get to dinner time and I've got 1,300 calories to play with. Okay, because I'm a big human, and eating 2,000 and something during the day. What am I having during the day? 2,400 calories during the day. Of course, I'm going to have fucking 1,300 calories at night. I've got the calories for it. Okay, but if I was a smaller individual or I had less food, I would have less food at night. Because I know from previous history, I will end up overeating if I fucking starve myself during the day. So don't do that shit. All right, you avoid that. You eat regularly. There's a high chance you're gonna fucking not overeat at night. And a lot of people are like, oh man, but I'm used to overeating at night, so I don't want to eat during the day. Yeah, you have to do that. You have to eat during the day to prevent you overeating at nighttime. It sounds counterintuitive, but it actually makes sense because now you're not in such a big of an energy gap, and your body's gonna be like, oh, we've had food during the day. The amount of people I've stopped from binge eating at nighttime by stopping them dieting, because people have been dieting for a long time, they haven't tried to have a diet break, or making them eat regularly throughout the day is actually has blown my mind, because it's not psychology, not unfortunately, but it's good that it's not psychology, because if it's a psychological issue, then they obviously need to go and see someone special. But most people, for the most part, have just issues with their food and not actually, they don't have a diagnosed eating disorder. It's more about just their relationship with food overall. And once you improve that by making some adjustments, it fixes the issue. So if you are someone who's doing that, just give it a try for one day and see how you go. Can't hurt, right? And it definitely helps me stay on track. Okay? What else I want to talk to you guys about that has been beneficial dieting for me? Keeping busy. Keeping busy all the time. Okay? Because an idle mind is the devil's playground, right? Whenever you have free time and you're hungry, what do? You start thinking about food. You start looking in the cupboard or the fridge, and you're like, oh, I'm not going to have anything. I'm just going to have a look around. And that's when we start to pick. That's when we start to go for things. So what I would actually say to you guys is avoid free time for the most part. Obviously there's time for leisure and shit like that, but it's like the busier you can keep yourself, or the more distracted you keep yourself, the less you focus on food, the less likely you are to make a bad choice. Read more, study more, be more active, do things that engross you, that take up your time. Things that take up your mind space and distract you will take you away from the thought of food. Like I said, an idle mind's the devil's playground. We always end up doing bad shit. I was a bad kid doing really bad things, fucking around just because I had nothing really to do with my life, I didn't have goals when I was younger. I wasn't good at school. I was fucking bad at school. So I got kicked out of grade 10. All these things, and it's like, what did I do with my free time? I became a fucking terrible person because I had free time. Getting stuck into drugs, being a little fucking bad kid just because I had too much free time. Now, I'm fucking busy all the time with this, This, fitness, this whole side of things, being an educator, making these podcasts, working with clients, being active, exercising, all these things have helped me stay on track with everything. Because I know as soon as I'm not busy, something starts to creep back into my head, So I just keep busy all the time. Probably not the best thing, but it's like, if you, an idle mind. So it's like, try and keep as busy as possible when dieting. I found that very helpful for myself. And that's why, when I think about, do I want to eat something? I'll just be like, I'll just go and study a bit and I'll see if I still want to eat. And then I don't, because I get distracted. And so it's easy as that. Another thing that has come to my mind, I know I'm just spitting things to you guys, but I hope these are going to help. Applying these things may seem simple, and you're like, oh, I've heard that before. Yeah, you might have heard it before, but are you fucking doing it? Because if you are, you're probably going to see results. And if you're not going to see results. You know? Again, all this information is fucking free for you guys. It's free for you all the time. But are you going to apply it or are you not going to apply it? People don't value free sometimes. That's not a different topic anyways. So other things that have helped me with regards to that, meal prepping. Having meals already there, buying my pre-cooked meals, like I said, the Papa Macros. Every lunch, I don't have to decide what I'm going to have for lunch. I've got it all there. Every dinner has already been prepped for the week. You know, I know Monday, Tuesday are tofu stir-fry nights for dinner. I know Wednesday is always going to be a piece of lean protein with veggies and some type of carbohydrate there. I know my dessert is always the same thing. I literally have it prepped so easy that I don't have to think about anything, okay? Because another thing about the mind, it is emotional. And when you come home exhausted, what are you going to do? Eat whatever the fuck you want to eat. You don't care. Okay? Oh, I know, I'm going to diet, but I'm fucking tired. I'm going to order Uber Eats. And that's what you do. So prepping takes away that mind, the emotional mind, the dieting mind for the most part, and takes away the choices from the dieting mind. You can still get Uber Eats when you've meal prepped, but are you going to? Probably a lower chance, to be honest. We're just lowering our chances of everything. Right? So yeah, meal prepping. Oh, Uber Eats. Okay, so you know, I've still got a partner. We go out to eat. So when we order Uber Eats, I just stick to real basic shit. Okay, this is like, when I Uber Eats, I've got Guzman and Gomez. I've got fish bowl, or for those of you who don't know what fish bowl is, like poke bowl, because I can get like a cabbage base with chicken in there. I don't even get fish, it's just chicken. Guzman and Gomez has my burrito bowl. Thai food, I get a stir fry and oyster sauce. And if we go out to dinner, I get a steak and veggies. Okay, I literally have 3 Uber Eats choices if I want to get Uber Eats. Because I'm just doing this for a short amount of time. Who gives a fuck if I can't have Macca's for 3 months? Who gives a fuck if I can't go and have a fat, juicy burger for a few months? Honestly, like, this is fucking what sets me off. You know, as soon as I'm in like a diet mode, I'm in diet mode, all right? That's it. I just click my finger, I'm in diet mode. I'm not having this, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing this. Angie, my partner, we got invited to go out to Holy Moly on Friday night, okay? They want to go out at 9 o'clock on fucking Friday night. Firstly, I have boxing booked on Saturday, so that's a good incentive to get out. Secondly, I'm not drinking while I'm dieting, so that's out of the cards. Thirdly, I know that having a late night is going to cause me to either drink or choose a shitty meal afterwards and ruin my sleep. So I'm just saying no to that social event. But guess what? We have breakfast on Sunday morning. I'm going to breakfast. I'm going to get a coffee. I'm going to get some eggs. Actually, you guys probably saw when I posted this on Instagram. Some of you won't remember now. Whenever I go out, I get 2 poached eggs on toast. I get a side of bacon, a side of spinach, and a side of mushrooms. Okay? I say, put the butter on the side. I don't have butter. Okay? So 2 eggs, right, which is 140 calories. 2 slices of bread, which is about 210 calories. All right? So about 450 calories, give or take, for the eggs and the toast. Okay? Add in the wilted spinach. It may have a little bit of oil in there, so then I add another 110 calories for that. Add in the mushroom, and then add in the ham. So all over, it's about 800 calories for breakfast. Again, going out is not a good calorie choice at the end of the day. But again, I'm like, all right, sweet. I know what I'm having. I've accounted my calories for it. I'm having that, okay? Or if they don't have that there, which if a cafe didn't, I'd be blown away. But I just have coffee. And I always decide on the day. Am I hungry or am I not? Because if I'm not hungry, I'm not going to eat just because every other motherfucker is eating there. I don't care that my partner and her friends are eating. I'm going to have a coffee. Oh, Tyson, you're not eating? No, I don't feel very well at the moment. I'm not really hungry at the moment. I'm just going to get a coffee. Oh, okay. Oh, come on, Tyson. You got to have eggs on toast with us. You got to have your eggs Benedict. No one says that shit. Right? If you say, hey, I'm not hungry, I'm not feeling very well, I'm just going to have a coffee, why? People aren't going to push on you for that. Oh, you don't feel well? What's wrong, Tyson? Why aren't you going to eat? Oh, well, I guess I better eat then. Like, fuck, man. You guys just need to be willing to have a conversation and say, hey, I don't feel like eating right now. Or, like, fucking make a lie up. I do not feel good. I don't want to eat right now. I'm not very hungry. I had a late night last night with dinner. I'm not feeling the best. It's not hard just to make a little bit of fucking bullshit to get out of eating, you know? Or, again, you just tell people, oh, no, I'm actually not going to eat at the moment. I'm dieting at the moment. I have to watch my calorie intake. And if people are like, oh, come on, just have it. I'm like, nah, I don't want it, to be honest. You can have whatever you want. I'm just going to have a coffee. And if they keep pushing back, hey, look, I've got goals I want to achieve. I don't really want to do this, all right? So can you please stop asking me? But a lot of you are afraid to have that conversation because you don't like conflict. And it's not conflict. All you're trying to do is to stop someone from constantly pushing against you, trying to make you do something. If you want to, like, we can always make an excuse. We can always say, oh, but they made me do it. It's not fucking anyone making you do it. No one's holding a gun to your head. I've said this before. No one holds a fucking gun to your head and is like, you better eat that Eggs Benedict. You better eat that fucking poached eggs on toast. No one's doing that, okay? So all you have to do is you put your foot down, all right? You be a little bit fucking assertive and you say, I don't want to have any breakfast. I'm just going to stick with my coffee because I have goals, okay? You don't have to say it like that, but I'm just making a point, right? If someone said that to me, hey, Twice, come on, man, come on, just have some eggs. I'm like, dude, I don't want eggs, man. I'm not hungry. I'm not feeling good. You know what's funny? I say this. I got a mate. He always pushes me, always wants me to do shit, you know? He's a good mate. And he always just tries to see what he can do. And I'm like, dude, I don't want it. He goes, oh, what's wrong? What's wrong? I'm like, I'm just saying I don't want to. Stop asking me. And he's like, oh, all right then. Like, he just needs a bit more of a fucking pushback for him to shut the fuck up, you know? And some people are like that. They just need a little bit of a pushback so they can shut the fuck up and leave you alone. And you can do that. It's okay. No one's going to be like, I don't want to be your friend anymore because you didn't want to eat the eggs that I wanted you to eat. And like, what the fuck does it matter if you eat eggs or if you drink when they are? I don't know why I'm talking so much about eggs. But like, that's what I'm saying, right? What the fuck does it matter to them? Oh, I don't want to be Tyson's friend anymore. He didn't want to drink with me on Friday night. Boo fucking who? You don't want to be my friend because I didn't drink alcohol with you? Get the fuck out of my life. Like, I don't care. I've got goals. And you guys are the same. If you have goals, be assertive about your goals, okay? Do not fucking complain if you have to go out and socialize, if you have to go out and do this and you have to go out and do that when you have chosen to diet, okay? I've chosen to diet. I've chosen what sacrifices I'm going to make. I've chosen what I'm going to say yes to, what I'm going to say no to. No includes alcohol, includes no drugs, includes not going out staying late at night, includes not having constant takeaway. You know, I'll have takeaway once a week, like I said, and I've got 3 different takeaway options. Means saying no to Macca's, means saying no to going out with friends when they want to go and get a big feed somewhere. It's just a fucking no, okay? And I'm quite extroverted. So I go and hang out with friends in the park. I go and get coffee with friends. I go and walk with friends. We still go and do shit together. It just doesn't involve anything that could cause me going off my diet, okay? And you guys can make up any fucking excuse you want in your head. Oh, but my friends. I have the same type of friends. We all have the same type of friends. We have friends who we're friends with, and even though they're dicks, we're still friends with them. We have friends who, you know, will always succumb to what we say, so they'll always agree with what we say. We have friends who always try and get us riled up and like love to stir us up a little bit. We have friends that support our goals no matter what, and we support them. We have friends who we don't talk to, you know, for fucking years at a time, but then you can go and meet up with them and it's like nothing's happened because you've always got that friendship. We all have roughly the same type of friends, okay? And so because we all have roughly the same type of friends, we can be, you know, we can say things to our friends because they're our friends and they'll respect what you say, all right? I ain't pushing on no one who's trying to diet. And again, you know, obviously being a coach, I understand that. But like, people are not always going to push back, especially when you push back towards them, they're going to fucking start to realize, all right? So make the choices. This changed to a bit of a rant, so I'm going to finish off with this because I've given you guys a lot of information today about dieting tips. Be fucking assertive with what you want. Be like I say, you're not a light switch, right? You're not on plan, you're not off plan. If you fall off track, you get back on track, okay? But you should be like a light switch when you go in dieting mode. I'm so glad I fucking did this podcast now because I've been thinking about this for a while. When you're in diet mode, fucking flick the switch, okay? You decide to diet. I've decided to diet right now. If I go off plan, it's my fault. It's no one else's fault. If I overeat at night, it's my fault for not prepping or not going to bed on time. If I overeat on the weekend or if I get drunk on the weekend, it's my fault because I said yes to going out to drink, okay? Because I know I'm not going to have one, and I know I'm going to go from 0 to 100. It's my fault if I fall off track. It's your fault if you do the same fucking thing, okay? If you've decided you're going to diet, stick to the fucking diet. If you don't want to diet, don't diet. If you want to diet, decide it, okay? I had someone complain to me a while ago. Oh man, I just hate dieting right now, you know? I want to be able to go and do this. I want to be able to go and do that. And I'm like, okay, well, go and do it then. And they don't really know what to say. Because I'm like, well, it's actually a client that said it. I'm like, go and do it then. And they don't really understand. Because I'm like, hey, you've come to me and you've told me you want to diet, you know? I didn't reach out to you and be like, I want you to be my client and I want you to diet, you know? You've made that decision. And if you've made the decision, then stop fucking complaining about the sacrifices you have to make. You decided to make the sacrifices. You decided to diet. You decided that you're the one who wants to lose a little bit of body fat. So just fucking commit. Be a light switch, all right? Don't be like, oh, but I've got a friend's social event. If you want to diet, don't go to the fucking social event, or go and make decisions that are going to support your dieting. And if you fall off track, it's your fault, okay? Because I don't care if people, like, you know, when clients say to me, hey, I'm doing this weekend. All right, cool. If you're going to do that, that's fine. But you do realize there are consequences that you may fall off track or you may not achieve what you want to achieve this week. And if they're okay with that, sweet, okay? But it also prolongs what you're doing, okay? And that's why a lot of people fuck up here, because they make choices that prolong what they're doing, then they get fucking fatigued for it going so long. 3 months. It is February 1st, March 1st, April 1st, May 1st. Guess what I'm doing in April? I'm going to Thailand. Guess else what I'm doing in April? I've got my birthday in April, okay? Towards the end of April. I probably won't be finished my dieting by then, but I'm going to do a 10-week diet. No, actually 12 weeks will go to like just before I go to Thailand. I'm going to diet till I go to Thailand, okay? Then I'm going to be in Thailand, and then I'm going to have my birthday. And then I'm going to come back, and I'm going to see what my weight is. I'm going to say I'm probably going to be sitting about 89.5. So I have to just finish off that diet a little bit. But I've got my first dieting phase out of the way, all right? And I'm not doing anything to fuck around with that in the meantime. I have dinner with my partner and her family in 3 weeks. I know exactly where we're going. I know what I'm going to be getting. I'm getting lean chicken. It's boring. Sorry, I'm getting steak. It's boring, but that's what I'm getting, okay? I know that on Valentine's Day, we're going out for dinner. I'm getting lean. I'm getting prawns because they're lean. She can get whatever she wants because we're going to Italian. I'm getting prawns. I've got a festival coming up. I'm not eating at the festival. I think you guys know what I'm doing at the festival. It's not eating, okay? Because I'm saving calories. I have made a decision to diet. I am choosing what I will do and what I won't do. And anything that gets in my way of dieting, I am not going to do. Because guess what? I go in, I get the fucking thing done, and I get out and I get on with life. All right? So flick the switch. Because otherwise, what are you going to do? You're going to diet for a few weeks, you're going to do something social, you're going to fall off track, you're going to complain about not getting results, then you're going to get back on track for a little bit, then something's going to come up, then you're going to do it again, then you're going to complain about being too tired because you didn't fucking meal prep, then you order something else, then you're going to complain that, oh, I've just been, you know, so inside, I've been doing nothing with my life, I'm just been dieting. It's like, why don't you just fucking stick to the plan? Why didn't you just do what you said you need to do? Why didn't you change the behaviors that are making you overweight in the first place? All right? It's not hard. It's really not hard to change social circumstances that aren't going to ruin your dieting progress, okay? If you can have one drink, I'm jealous because I can't have one drink, all right? So I just don't drink. Does that mean I don't go out and socialize? No, it just means I don't drink. Do I go out for coffee? Do we go out for dinner? Do we all these things? Yes. All right? Like I said before, I don't go out for dinner all the time. I go out once a week. I go over to a friend's house and I catch up with them and we play PlayStation and shit. There's always another opportunity or another option as opposed to thinking about food or drinking, okay? Because all of you fuck that up, especially on the weekends. And finally, here's a tip for the final thing. Keep routine on the weekends. Now we're going to change it back in. Keep routines on the weekend, all right? Eat roughly at the same time. Try and keep active at roughly the same time, okay? Because most people fuck up on the weekends because they either eat less during the day or they overindulge at nighttime because they go out, or they fucking go out for breakfast and lunch and all these things. Then it's like, you know, you just keep a little bit more routine in your life, and it makes the dieting life way easier. Doesn't mean you don't go out. Again, I keep saying, like, people just take my words and they think that they're like, oh, but Tyson means I shouldn't go out and do anything. I should just stay at home and diet. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying make smart fucking decisions with what you're doing. If you know you have a friend that every time you go out with them it turns into a binge fest, don't go out with that friend to that place. Go out with coffee with them instead, okay? I'm traveling, here's another thing. I'm traveling in Brisbane next week. Why would anything change because I'm in Brisbane? Can I get my steps? Yes. Can I eat well? Yes. Can I do everything else? Yes. Am I going out with friends on Friday night? Yes. Am I drinking? No. What are we going to have? There's going to be fucking food somewhere that I know is going to be a lean source of protein. It's Gold Coast. Well, it's Brisbane. I don't care. You know? Then I got that festival on Saturday. I'm not going to be drinking there at all. Again, I'm not drinking because I know I can't control myself when I drink. But there's still amenities everywhere at Brisbane, and there's like fucking normal food shops. So when people go on holidays, If you're going to go on holidays, do you want to diet or do you not want to diet? That's a decision you have to make. But I know that Brisbane is not a holiday for me. I don't get to fucking do whatever I want. Well, I can, but not food-wise. When I go to Thailand, different story. I'm on holiday. I get to enjoy the food in Thailand, you know? But it all comes down to the decisions we make and the commitment we make to ourselves. And I'm committed to fucking doing what I need to do for my diet because then I don't have to diet again, all right? And the same thing with you guys. Commit to what you're doing. Decide you're going to do it. Cut things off. Because it's only, again, it's not a forever thing, guys. All of you are like, oh, like, people freak the fuck out like they're never going to be able to go out and drink again or going to be able to do this again. And it's like, it's only when you diet. Get it in, get it done, get out. You're free for the rest of your life to do whatever you want to fucking do, okay? Not the rest of your life. You know, some of you might need to diet again, blah, blah, blah. Same type of shit. But, like, just get it done. Flick that fucking switch, okay? And if you haven't before, fucking learn to flick it. Learn to say no to shit. Learn to give up today's pleasures for tomorrow's reward. Yeah, let's go with that. Learn to give up today's pleasures for tomorrow's reward. There you go, okay? Learn to say no today or no tomorrow for the future you, okay? Because none of us pay ourselves in the future. None of us are gonna, I'm gonna put this forward for Tyson in the future. Same thing as saving money, man. Save money for your, this is a totally different thing, but save money for your future. Same thing. Do it for your future self. Stop fucking living in the here and now, and you're gonna be much better off for it. Boom. There's the podcast done and dusted, okay? Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully it gave you some dieting tips. Hope you enjoyed the rant. And as always, if you guys did enjoy the podcast, please share it on Instagram because I love seeing people share it. I love that you guys get a lot of value out of this podcast. And, the more that people see it, the more they listen to it, the more I help and, just better off everything is. So again, guys, I really appreciate you tuning in as always. And until next time, I'll speak to you then.